you clicked on this video, you're probably curious. You're probably wondering, okay, what does it take to have a successful course that people want to buy, that gets incredible results, and that has a massive impact on the people you serve, versus a course that doesn't get results, doesn't really sell, and kind of falls flat on its face and fails? There are 5 key differentiators between a successful course and one that flops. And that's what I'm going to talk about and dive into in today's video. So if you're excited about that, hit the like button, be sure to subscribe for new videos every single week. And just know that this is the place to be to create a peaceful, purposeful, and profitable online course business. It's something I've been doing for a very long time. In my own online course business, we have generated well over $30 million in revenue, and I've helped thousands of people in every niche imaginable do the exact same thing. Take their expertise, take their skill set, package it to have major global impact and to exponentially increase their income, so there is no ceiling. And if you're serious about doing that and you want to create a really successful online course business, there is a link below this video where you can actually fill out an application to speak to a real person on my team, and we can guide you on those best next steps and see if we're fit to work together to walk you step by step through the process, as we've done with so many other people. Like all of the amazing folks who you can actually see on our other YouTube channel, where we have tons, hundreds upon hundreds of case studies and testimonials for you to check out. So before we dig into the details, let's talk about what these 5 key differentiators actually are. So in today's video, we're going to talk about number 1, qualification, number 2, validation, number 3, transformation, number 4, proof, and number 5, scalability. So those are 5 keys to creating a legit course that people actually want to buy and to continue buying for years to come. Number 1, qualification. And I say this with so much love, but if you try to serve everybody with your online program, you ultimately end up serving nobody, and you're building a course that isn't built to last. Because pop quiz, what is the number 1 thing that you need for an online course to truly stand the test of time and to be super successful? I want you to take a second, pause this, and comment below with what you think that is. If you guessed results, then you are absolutely correct. So one of the biggest lessons that I have learned in creating a successful online course business is that you really need to know, 1, exactly who you are serving, and number 2, exactly how you are serving them. We're going to talk about that more in the next piece of how to make a successful and legit online course. But what I mean by that is that if you simply just have a sales process where people can buy anytime, any place, and you have no control over who's actually investing into your program, you cannot possibly do a good job serving anybody who just wants to hit that buy button. If you have a qualification process in place, you ensure that you're serving the right person who is at the right place and actually ready to do the work and get, you guessed it, results. When you have no control over who is actually buying your program, what it leads to are 4 really not so great outcomes for your overall business. And those are bad reviews, because if someone's not at the right place, but they do buy your program to do the work and they don't get results from it, they're not going to be happy customers. And that's ultimately on you. It also leads to unhappy clients. It leads to confusing marketing, because you're trying to speak to a mass market when really, if you can hone in on exactly who your ideal client is, it makes your marketing so much easier and way more magnetic to those right people who are going to get phenomenal results and really prove how successful and how impactful your course is. And the 4th thing, which is probably the most important, when you enroll the wrong people into your program because you let anyone and everyone buy, what it does is it creates a horrible, horrible culture. Not only within your client community, but it also creates a horrible culture if you want to grow a team or have anybody on your team who's going to be with you for a long time, because you're constantly dealing with putting out fires and you're dealing with having the wrong people inside of your realm and inside of your course. So you're dealing with a lot of unnecessary friction and frustration. I talked about this in depth in terms of the sales process and the 2 paths you can go to sell an online course in a really successful way in this video. And I'm going to put the link to that video in the description box below. Now, to illustrate this point even further, because you might be thinking, yeah, but if I don't serve everyone, how am I going to possibly make any money or turn this into a real business? I can tell you from firsthand experience, I have tried both the sort of mass market, anyone can buy program, and I've also had a program where you have to apply to qualify to be a part of it. And we actually interview you to make sure you're the best possible fit, because it doesn't make sense for us to invite people into our program if they're not going to be at a place where they're able to actually get results, and we know that. So having done both, what happens is when you actually have a smaller pool of people that can be your clients and your ideal clients, it allows you to price your program at a premium level because it's an exclusive community, and it also allows you to have more high touch support and ensure that your clients are getting results. When you have a bigger market that you're serving, you truly are kind of selling it to anyone and everyone. And because of that, you kind of need to price it at a level that is accessible to everybody, which means that you're crunching your cash flow and your profit margins and also dealing with more clients that probably aren't the right clients, which then leads to more headaches. So you want to think about it like this: big demand, low supply, premium pricing, and great clients. That is the formula for success. Now, you can't just arbitrarily price your program at a premium, so we're going to talk about that next in terms of how you actually know that you can charge a premium price for your program. And one of the ways you do that is to charge based on the value of what you're providing and the outcome you're providing with your program. So our program has made millionaires. I've talked about a lot of those people on our channel, and there's many that I haven't talked about. We've turned entrepreneurs from an idea that they have into a multi-million-dollar business. So of course, we're at a place where it makes total sense. We know the value of what we're creating, and it's not just the money, it's also the impact that they're having on a global scale, going from local to global with the strategy that we share. It's the personal freedom that they're achieving as well with creating a business that actually works for them when they're not working. So the value is very high in the outcome we're providing. Therefore, the price is based around what that value is. And that's how we advise you to also price your program. And the really cool thing that happens when you create a qualification process for people to work with you is people will actually go, okay, I know I want to be in this program with this person because they are the go-to expert, and I know they take it really seriously in terms of who they accept. So we have people who come to us and they save up money and they make a plan with us to actually be able to invest into our program. And that's what happens when you take this process really seriously and you don't just accept everyone and anyone. The second key of creating a legit online course is validation. And this is so important because if you do this in the opposite order, your course is never going to really work. And it's definitely not going to be something that can actually be a real legit business at any point. Any smart business owner knows that you have to start with sort of a bare bones version of what you're offering to test it, to make sure it works, and to start getting some results and some proof in the door so that you know, okay, this is an offer that is actually getting results for people, and I know now that I can scale it. So there's a couple of ways that we really hone in on this and do it, and we call it the POP process, which stands for Profitable Offer Prototype. If you're new here, that might be the first time you've heard that. And what that means is that you essentially create a very bare bones version of your program, and it's the first version of your offer that you put out into the world. The faster that you can get your offer to market and in the hands of real human beings, the faster you know that it's actually validated, that it works, and also most importantly, you know what you can tweak to make it even better and even more effective before you go to the trouble of packaging it into a pre-recorded course. So essentially all you need to validate your program and create that profitable offer prototype is you need to know, okay, who am I serving, your ideal client, and how am I supporting them? So we call it the 0 to hero journey. And what you need to know is, okay, when the ideal client comes in, they're at this place in their 0 state, most frustrated, most challenged, and I am taking them to a hero outcome of this. That's really important because your curriculum is going to be the roadmap to get your ideal client from 0 to hero so they get that result that they want in the most efficient way. From there, once you know your journey, your client journey, your ideal client journey of 0 to hero, you then can start building out a rough version of what your curriculum is. And then you deliver that in a live setting to your ideal client, and they will then give you the feedback you need to rearrange the order, make any edits, take out anything that isn't super helpful so it can be the most efficient and impactful version of it before you pre-record your course. And the beauty of this is you can pre-sell this version of the program before you build anything. So you actually pre-sell the prototype version of your program, generate cash flow, generate client results, generate confidence in selling your offer before you go to the effort of building it. Because if you build it first, they will not come. If you build it first, you may make a curriculum that doesn't actually work or is overstuffed or takes too long to get your client to their end result. And you always have to think about it this way. If you ever buy something or invest into something that doesn't give you the results that you want in the time frame that you want them, how do you feel about it? Not great. So if you build your curriculum and hope that it works effectively, but you don't actually know, it's going to fall on its face. So that's why validation by creating a prototype version of your program first is so important. The third key to creating a legit course is transformation. And transformation is so important because people don't pay for information. They pay for transformation. One of the biggest mistakes you can make when you're creating an online course is something we call the curse of the expert. You take everything in your brain, stuff it into a program, and hope that people want to buy it. The problem with that is that it's just basically creating a massive textbook that nobody's going to read, if that makes sense. You want to create a curriculum that is actually going to transform people, not just stuff their heads with information. Because again, think about yourself. You invest into things because you want an outcome, you want a result. You're investing for the value of what you're getting out of that thing. And your clients are doing the same. So unless you're clear on that outcome you're providing, you're going to create a course that is overstuffed and takes way too long for people to get through and ultimately will lead to no results. And again, that means that your course is not built to actually stand the test of time or scale. So the question you need to ask yourself when it comes to enrolling anyone into your program is you have to go, okay, is this person 100% capable of being successful if they enroll in my program? If they follow the curriculum that I've laid out step by step to take them from zero to hero, are they 100% capable of being successful? And if they're not, then they shouldn't be in your program, because if they aren't capable of getting results and they're not at the right place to get the results, it doesn't make sense to enroll them, which brings us back to qualification. This is why you want to make sure that you qualify people before they buy. You can have an application in place, you can have a strategy session in place, you can have a phone call with the person, a Zoom call with them, whatever you need to do to vet people to ensure that they are the right fit and at the right place on their journey to achieve the hero outcome of your program. That is how you build a client community of success and results. So we've called the 3 factors for your ideal client. One specific ideal client at one specific place on their journey where they're in the most pain and urgency, seeking one specific outcome. That makes the roadmap for every client who comes in very clear for them to get the result that they're looking for. One example that I love to share that really illustrates this point is one of my clients, Monica. And Monica came into our program and she had actually tried to sell a course prior to working with us in our strategy. And she had made 2 sales and $640 in 12 months. Not ideal. Her program then was about how to dance. That serves everybody. That is general, that is mass market. And she put a ton of time and effort into actually building the course before she ever sold it, so it wasn't proven or validated. When she came into our program, in 5.5 months, she generated $50,000 with her online course because it was transformational. It helped adults learn how to dance in social settings so they could build thriving, successful relationships and build their social network. Much different, right? And it was based around her own personal story, using dance as a tool to fit in social settings since she was a teenager. And her program to date has now done $1 million in sales. And I actually recently talked about Monica, a few other of our clients who've generated over $1 million in sales with their course in this video. If you want to check that out, it'll be in the description box below. So when you're building your curriculum for your online course, what's the most important thing? Efficiency. And that you know it's going to get your client from zero to hero as efficiently as possible so they are happy and thriving and telling everyone they know that you are the go-to authority on that topic. If this is setting off some light bulbs for you, I'd love to hear in the comments what your takeaways are. And also, like I said, if you're really serious about this and you are ready to create a highly scalable and impactful online program, then you need to check out the link below. It'll take you a few minutes to fill out an application so that you can speak to a real human on my team, the experts on my team, to see how we can best support you on that journey. Now, the 4th key to creating a legit course that people actually want to buy is proof. I've talked about this and kind of teased at it a few times already, but again, if you don't have results, you don't have a business. Truly, it's not a business that can last. Because if people are enrolling and investing their time, money, energy, and effort into your program, and they're not getting anything out of it, and they're not doing the work and getting the result, then it's not something that's going to be able to last. In addition, proof is the biggest key. Results are the biggest key to marketing. You do not need to market very hard when people are actually getting results. So I often say we keep things very boring and simple in our business. We aren't on every single platform. We aren't doing a ton of different marketing initiatives because we have so much proof. As I mentioned, we have a whole YouTube channel with case studies and client testimonials on it. So that honestly is a ton of the marketing that we need to do, which isn't a lot. It's all of our clients are able to say, yeah, this program freaking works and it's awesome. And I highly recommend it. Word of mouth and proof and results is the best marketing tool that you can have in any business. And how do you get results? Again, this brings us right back to each of the points I've made earlier. Working with the right people at the right place on their journey, seeking the outcome that you provide. So you need to make sure that there is a program to ideal client match. And there are a few key tenets to using proof to be the number one authority in your space. Number one, share your client results as much as you can. And that positions you and really further places you as the expert in your industry. Because you can talk about being the expert all day long, but if other people are actually vouching for you, that means so much more. The other piece of this is the more you give, the more you get. I've had this YouTube channel for a long time. You may be new here, welcome, or maybe you've watched a ton of my videos. That's an incredible tool because the more content that you have watched from me for free, hopefully you're going, wow, if the free content is this good, then what's the program like? Do you know what I mean? So the free content is helping people understand that you know what you're talking about, and it's getting people in the door to go, oh, wow, you really are the expert, for them to then make the decision, I want to take this a step further and I'm ready to actually get the result, do the work, be in the program. Providing valuable information for free through all of the incredible social media platforms, whichever one you choose, is a great way to position yourself as the expert, the authority, and have that proof for people to go, that's who I want to work with. And if you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what do I share in free content versus paid? We always say that you share the what in your free content, you share the how and the actual roadmap, efficient roadmap in your paid program. Now, the fifth piece of creating a legit online course that you really need to understand is creating a scalable structure. This is probably one of the biggest mistakes that people make. So scalability, that's what we're gonna focus on right now. When I say a scalable structure, it means that you could enroll as many clients as you want and still be able to get them all results. And what that comes from is creating that super efficient and effective curriculum that you validated and proven, because that is ultimately where your clients are going to get the results from. It doesn't rely on you and your time. You package the roadmap for them to get from zero to hero so they can study it at their own pace, on their own time, and implement it at their own pace and on their own time. So that detaches your time from your income and your time from people's results. So to create a scalable structure, what it looks like when we build our online programs and help our clients build them, you have your curriculum that if your clients didn't do anything else other than follow the steps in your curriculum, they would get results. And then you also have built-in mentorship and support. So that means you can have weekly calls with your clients to make sure that they are, getting past any roadblocks or hurdles that they're facing, and a private community where they can share their wins, their successes, their failures, their questions, to provide that further support to them on the curriculum itself. But it all centers, a scalable structure for an online course that is legit, centers around a really solid curriculum. And also when I talk about scalability, and one of the biggest mistakes I see when people create online courses, and I'm very, very wary, and I will caution you, be very, very wary of people who have a ton of different courses on a ton of different things. You can either be a master of one or a master of none. And I really, truly do firmly believe that. The more that the person selling the program is laser focused on their niche and their expertise and has that one core offering, most likely the better results they have and the more impactful it's going to be for you. In addition, you can't scale chaos. When you have a ton of different offerings and a ton of different business models, you're constantly thinking in 50 different directions. When you have one core offering and one core ideal client, you can truly scale to the moon because that's your only focus. And you're not having to create multiple accounts, multiple avatars, multiple marketing messages, multiple sales structures. You can just focus on the one thing. And that one program ultimately is what you can scale to the moon. It's how our clients are using that one program they create to scale to 6-7 figures a year. So those are the 5 key differentiators from a successful course and legit course to a course that is going to fail. And I hope that landed. If you've had light bulb moments, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, if you're taking this really, really seriously, we want to talk to you. So be sure to fill out that application thoroughly at the link in the description below so that we can help you really put your expertise and skill set out into the world to create a much bigger impact. You're deserving of that. And there's so many people out there who need your help that are missing out on you right now with your current structure. So I hope that we can talk to you soon. And if you like this and it helped you, like I said, leave a comment. They're my love language. I love to hear how my videos help. Be sure to like this. Be sure to subscribe for new videos every single week. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.